Hello, hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to this not so episode on the Awakening Her podcast. Today I am dropping in about the 2025 retreat, but more I want to talk about when there's a moment in time that your soul whispers, it's time. It's time to move forward. And if you're listening to this show, if you're here on this episode, you've probably realized by now that that whisper isn't about doing more. And it's not even about trying to be more. It's about returning to the self. And this recording today is for you if you've been going through this type of time where you realize that call, that whisper, it might even be for really big things, but it feels less like a hustle, less like a yell, and more like a sacred invitation. So we're going to talk about the 2025 retreat and how it is going to be such a powerful time for you to come back to who you truly are. If you've been having the pull, if you've been having the call to retreat yourself, right? To go inward, to reconnect, to take a pause from the phones and the life and the Monday to Friday and really tune in to the truest, most natural version of you, then I want you to really feel into what I'm going to share here. This beautiful retreat happening in September 2025, just off Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. This sacred retreat was born definitely not from a business plan, but from a place deep inside me, a soul calling, and it's been there for a long time. And this is the time in our history, in our evolution, 2025. This is the time for us to gather. For the people who have been over-functioning or overstimulated or really know that they're here for big things, but have often got caught in the overgiving, in the too much, in the, hustle or the what you should do. Or if you're feeling like you're at a standstill because of this pressure, because of all of the options, because of how intense life can be sometimes. Sometimes we shut down to preserve, we avoid, we numb, and this is because there's a lot going on out there, but there's a deep calling in here. There's a deep calling to soften into this truest version of you. So if you've been feeling like you've been holding so much, you just haven't had a break. If you're caught up in the scrolling, in the pressures, in, the washing machine of life, this is definitely for you. And I know that there's a big part of you that has been thriving. How much you have gone through, a part of you that feels like you're evolving, like you're awakening, like you're rising. And you also feel ready to root into that, to have that be even more solid, deeply integrated into who you are, because you're in a place right now where it's not about fixing, it's about remembering. It's not about performance, it's about presence. And that presence, that know thyself, that self energy is what will lead you to success, to abundance, to the rapid transformation that you're going through. So this retreat, we're going to gather in person, we're going to hang out in person, but it's also been a healing journey for myself to come here, because being really vulnerable and being really true, obviously I have my own wounds and I've been bullied and I've had trauma and I've gone through stuff just the way that you have. And part of my issues were with women in my life. There was a rough relationship with my mom. I was bullied several times. I was cast aside. I was made fun of. I had body image issues. I never felt like I belonged. So with women over the last, say, 10, 20 years, but even more focused the last 10 years, I've been really focusing on my relationship with women and having sacred relationships with women that weren't dramatic and weren't filled with, just bad vibes, because I always, how do I put it? Because of my relationship with women in my life growing up, I tended in high school and in my 20s, I was friends with a lot of guys. I was really chill. I always thought that it was hard to have friendships with women. And I've definitely turned that around to find that there are such beautiful, sacred women, weirdos like me, people who just want to hang out in a hoodie and be themselves and be real And it's safe. And so on this retreat, it's not exclusively for women, but my healing journey coming to this place has been this healing journey of allowing women, allowing support, allowing people to see me, right? Being bullied and having body image issues and all this stuff. I was terrified to be seen. I was terrified to be rejected. I was terrified to be, bullied or be, I don't know what the word is. It doesn't really matter, but you probably feel it. So I've been healing my relationship with being seen, my relationship with seeing you, being with you in person, being supported, supporting you, and really bringing this vision to life. And I've had to work through a lot too of feeling like for myself and in my business, it is a huge step. It just feels so much like I always want to say it's big girl pants. It's like the next evolution of this business, of my gifts, of me being a healer with you in person. So there's just been a lot behind the scenes that have come to this, that has led to this place. And I'm so excited to share it with you. So enough about behind the scenes and the energy. If you want to hear more about that, let me know. I can record more about my healing journey and all of that. But let's talk about the retreat. So we're going to gather by the ocean in the West Coast, Pacific West Coast, for 3 nights, 4 days. From the moment you arrive, you're going to feel the healing land. It is on Indigenous land, so it's very healing and sacred, as is most of Vancouver Island. But from the moment you arrive, you will feel that. It's a sacred pause from the noise. You'll be welcomed, shown to your cabin, shown to your room. And remember, in this space, you don't have to do anything but be who you are. So the first evening you'll get, settled in, you'll have a welcome gift, snacks in your room, etc. There's a dinner that you can come and attend. You can eat on your own or start, connecting with people. There's no rush. There's no pressure. You sink in, you settle in, you exhale. Then after dinner, we're going to gather for a setting sun ceremony. So there's going to be a meditation. There's going to be gentle music played by my husband on acoustic guitar and probably singing and who knows what else, maybe some sort of little drums down by the beach. We're going to be doing sunset ceremonies each night. So they will have a prompt. There will be gentle invitations like a prayer or an intention or something for you to reflect on. And then we're going to move into our first, physical gathering in this space that I've rented that we will be gathering in each day. So we're going to have an official opening circle where we get to know each other a little bit more, set the intentions for the weekend, and really start the experience off strong. So I'm not going to go through every single day and every single workshop because, to be honest, there are surprises and I just want to keep some of it sacred. I don't want you to completely know everything you're coming into because it's going to just be magical. But just know there's no scary surprises. There's no, vulnerability exercises that are going to push you over the edge. That's not my style. It's really about sinking into you. So the next morning when you wake up, there will be a somatic awakening practice, and I'm going to suggest silent mornings until after breakfast, but that's completely up to you. So we will move through breakfast and our awakening practices, breath works. We're going to sink into really landing in our body, listening to our body, getting in touch with our body. And on that day, we will also be having a nature walk to a beautiful natural attraction. It's so gorgeous. We're going to be barefoot grounding. Again, reflections on this nature walk. It's going to be so beautiful. Also that day, of course, there'll be lunch, intentional downtime. Some of you will be getting your massages, and there's a hot tub. You can soak, you can integrate, you can chill, you can have time on your own before we go into the next workshop and our evening practices. We're going to do that again the next day with a different nature walk the next day. And each workshop, each gathering is going to be different. Some are going to be, there's going to be on day 3, a somatic sound medicine journey. Some are a little bit more where it's like a classroom where we're teaching about the nervous system and different things like that. There's going to be, as I said, the live music from my husband in some sections. And it's just going to be a really beautiful, powerful time. So on Saturday, it brings us into the awakening of your higher self section of the retreat. You're going to meet your higher self, embody them. There'll be movement, visualization, journaling. There's lots of creativity and just, again, lots of surprises, lots of fun things to do. and intentional practices to connect you in with that self, that sacred capital S self, who you truly are. So in this time, we'll be returning to nature in the quiet, near the ocean, a mix of downtime and community. And as I mentioned, you'll get a massage, a professional massage that's going to be so beautiful. And as we start to wrap up the retreat, we're going to have a sacred fire circle, which is about burning our intentions and releasing. We are going to declare who we are becoming. We're going to celebrate. We're going to look up at the stars and just be so grateful for this beautiful moment, this beautiful weekend. And the final morning, we will have an early morning meditation and a circle before breakfast and goodbyes, where we will be officially wrapping up our weekend. There are other details around transportation and all of that. We are having this retreat on a small island off Vancouver Island. So once you fly into the airport, you can look at the link below to have the exact dates, airport, everything listed all on the page there for the retreat. But you'll fly into the airport and then you'll be responsible with very clear instructions and support, don't worry, to get yourself, it's about a 10 to 15 minute car, Uber, taxi, etc. ride to the ferry terminal, where we will be picking you up, shuttling you over to the ferry and bringing you straight to the retreat center. And as I said, all of those instructions will be very clear. So if your soul has been whispering yes, this is definitely for you. If you want to hang out in person, if you want to feel that healing medicine, there's no pressure, just presence. So if you want to feel into this deeper, check the link below. Right now, we are in the early bird phase of the retreat. I can also answer any questions. You can reach out to me, any of the methods below, Instagram, email. I'm not over on Facebook very often. Those are the two best places to get a quicker response. So email or Instagram, reach out, and we are happy to answer your questions, to help you if you have questions about the airport or what's included, etc. Once you come, there's no extra cost, of course. All your meals, everything is included on the premises. There is alcohol if you wish to buy it. That is not included. Otherwise, everything else is there. And I am so excited. And I know that some of the seekers joining will be coming in a tender moment of transition, being in the middle of their own shift. And some will be coming thriving and seeking deeper embodiment. And this is the magic of it, because life is a yin yang. Life is a wheel that keeps turning. We are always going through these cycles, these sheddings, these embodiment times when we feel tender, times when we feel mushy, other times where we feel strong. And, no matter what, you are welcome here. You don't have to be broken to need rest. You don't have to be struggling to have sacred support. And also, if you are in a tender season, this will be the reset for your soul, for your mind, for your human that you've been looking for. So this retreat is going to be such a beautiful part of it that you'll remember forever. So let's take a breath, tune in, and if you feel it, you are sacredly invited. Click on the link below. Again, reach out with any questions. And I'm just really honored and excited to share this space with you. So I cannot wait to see you in the retreat. Spaces are limited. We are almost halfway through, halfway sold out. So I highly recommend jumping on it while you can, while there's spots available. And I will see you in the next recording. Okay, take care.